Welcome. Boardshop surfboard review time. A colourful number today. The Lost Hydra, but in the Lib Tech technology. The Hydra's been around since the start of the summer. It's been super popular. A new option groveler-wise, but with a bit of added zip. Came in a 5-fin setup. Most people have been riding it as a quad. Works best as a quad. The ideal fin is something a little bit bigger than this at the front. With a small trailer fin like that, like the Biolos split keel fin would be perfect. The FCS2 split keel fin. We haven't got any in stock, so we can't put them in the board. But there's a set of quads that are pretty to illustrate the point. So, about the board. Like I said, fishy outline, groveler with a bit more performance. There's lots of grovelers out there which just grovel very well, very, very flat. But as soon as the waves get up to chest high, they're very clunky, slow to turn, slow to link turns, and they're a bit frustrating. Boards like this, the Hydra, overcome that problem. They still have all the bottom end performance, but when the surf cleans up or gets a bit bigger or a bit punchier, they've got the shape and the refinement to actually perform and get you board turning and enjoying the better quality waves an awful lot more than something that's just super flat. The Lib Tech version, very flat deck, lots of volume running through it, middle right into the nose, forward point, not wide point, nice and far forward. That's what gives it its paddle power. Single concave running through the base of the board into the fins to give it a bit of lift and drive, and then into a double through the fins and a kind of a little V out the back to loosen it up a little bit. It's a 511, it's quite heavy. There's a lot of grovelers around, average Joes, puddle jumpers, stuff like that. But this is more akin to something like a Paizel groveler, where it does the grovel stuff well, but it's got that extra bit of potential. The rails are kind of medium rails. They're not too heavy, not too boxy. And you've got this little bumpy side cut thing here running into this mad tail. That tail is there to give you some surface area to carry speed in poorer conditions. But by taking this big wedge out of it, you reduce some of the volume there. And the idea behind that is to make the board more maneuverable, loosen it up a bit, make the weight that you put through your back foot more effective. That's how come there's such a big kind of slice out of the tail, and the wings are still quite wide and quite big. Design-wise, it carries a lot of the same characteristics as the PU version, but obviously this is Lib Tech. So, as you know, you can read all about the environmental aspects. The Lib Tech construction is a little bit stiffer to surf, not a bad thing in a groveler. Obviously much more hard wearing, that's its key selling point, and it really is super durable. I could punch it really hard as I could, and it wouldn't hurt the board. Probably hurt my knuckles more, but I'm not going to do that. It's childish. But if you're looking for that groveler board with a bit more performance that makes it a bit more fun, you know, it's almost like a longboard substitute, then the Hydra is really, really good option. And if you want that bit of extra durability, and like I said, it's a slightly stiffer surf, but not badly so, then the Lib Tech version is certainly a good place to go. Volume-wise, it's pretty loaded. The 5.9 is 39.5 litres, so it's not crazy, but there is a lot of volume and you do feel it. So if you're on the cusp of a size, I'm thinking, oh, am I 5.7 or 5.8 or whatever, come down an inch. It won't do you any harm in terms of wave catching. It's a great wave catcher, a great paddler, and it will add you that little bit of extra performance without sacrificing the number of waves you're going to catch. This kind of board's going to get more and more popular. The lineups are so crowded. Longboards, sups, kids who don't even have to paddle to catch waves, they just float into them. It's all going on. And a board like this with superb paddling credentials will help keep your wave count high without you sacrificing any kind of performance. So there it is, the Lib Tech Lost Hydra. A great board in a great construction, and a construction that's becoming ever more popular, and it's online at Boardshop right now. You can buy on 0% finance, do trade-ins, all the details are online. Any questions, just drop us an email or give us a ring.